The Jedi Temple Guard were the guardians of the Jedi Temple and the ideals of the Jedi themselves. But who are these masked sentinels?
It pulls at him. It calls to him. Eventually, he will be consumed by it. Stand aside. The boy must be eliminated before he embraces the darkness. Protect your pupil, and you will perish for your failure.
These guards were members of the Jedi Order who were selected from the ranks of the Jedi and charged with the responsibility of protecting both the temple from exterior threats as well as dealing with threats from within the Order itself. After being selected to become a member of the Temple Guard, the knight would be given a unique uniform made up of golden brown robes and an iconic mask. These masks were covered in Jedi symbols and were made to conceal the identities of those who donned it. As well as this, the mask symbolised a commitment to the Jedi Order. They were no longer susceptible to emotions or had their own identity. They were now sentinels committed to a higher calling, protecting the Jedi Order and its ideals. Temple Guards also use a unique weapon, a dual-bladed lightsaber piped with a distinct yellow blade. This weapon is possibly selected as it can be used more defensively than the standard single-blade variant. The Temple Guard are responsible for upholding security of the temple, a job that was tested during the Clone Wars. In this period, the Temple Guard was led by Jedi Master Sindralig, an expert swordsman and strict follower of the Jedi traditions and code, which earned him the nickname the Troll amongst his colleagues. During the Clone Wars, the Temple Guard were forced to deal with a variety of issues, from separatist spies attempting to steal vital information from the Jedi archives, as well as a full-scale attack from Confederacy Captain Rackham Seer, who attempted to destroy the temple using drones armed with explosives. However, the Temple Guard managed to stop this act of terror from causing any serious damage to their ancestral home. Although the Temple Guard did on many occasions manage to prevent damage to the temple, they were also charged with bringing those who committed crimes to justice. For example, another bomb attack on the temple that succeeded, the guards apprehended Ahsoka Tano as a suspect and were later charged with guarding Barriss Offee, the true perpetrator of the crimes, as they were amongst the most capable in the galaxy to hold a Force user in captivity. During the events of Order 66 and the Jedi Purge, the Temple Guard were amongst the first to fall to Palpatine's New Order, fighting bitterly against Vader and the 501st till their last breath, including Master Dralig, who alongside his apprentices was killed by Vader himself. By the end of the Clone Wars, only one Temple Guard was known to survive. A Powan guardsman whose faith in the Order had been rattled following the Jedi Order's eagerness to separate themselves from Ahsoka Tano, a suspect in the bombing who was proven innocent. He somehow managed to avoid the massacre at the temple, however his internal conflicts made him susceptible to the dark side of the Force. This led to him becoming under the employ of the Empire, answering to Vader himself, the Sith Lord who butchered so many of his brothers in arms. Eventually, he became known as the Grand Inquisitor, a ruthless Jedi hunter.
The temple is falling. Go! I will delay the enemy.
Grand Inquisitor.
Ultimately, the Temple Guard's fall made it clear to the galaxy that not even the Jedi could defend themselves from Sidious's wrath, and all that remained of this proud branch of the Order is spectral ghosts who, even in death, attempted to protect the Jedi from total annihilation.